In the state of Ohio, there are over 150 known caves and caverns. There are only 7 or 8 that are open to the public. We are the largest in the state of Ohio. We're known as America's most colorful cavern. The cavern was discovered on August 17, 1897. A 17-year-old farmhand had noticed a sinkhole developing over a period of time, and finally curiosity got the best of him. He grabbed a shovel, dug into that low spot in the sinkhole, and discovered the original entrance of the cavern. After they discovered the cavern, he ran back and told the original landowner what he had found. He was very excited, went down, explored it, checked it out, and decided to open it for tours soon thereafter. These were self-guided tours. People would go down and they'd crawl and explore around the cavern all by themselves. And then they would go as far as they wanted to, turn around and come right back out the same way, all lit by lantern light only. So after about 25 years of these self-guided tours, the Smith family, they purchased all the land above the cavern and determined they wanted to dig it out to make it a walking tourist attraction. They started digging at the original entrance and dug all the way through the cavern. They ended up digging about 1.5 miles of passageways, and it took them about 3.5 years to do it, bucket and shovel, hauling everything up out of the cavern. When the digging was done, the year was 1925, and they officially opened as Ohio Caverns and started giving guided cavern tours, just like the ones we offer today. The rocks around us are from the Devonian age, so they're over 360 million years old. The cavern is located in what's called the Bellefontaine Outlier. Glaciers came through this area and pushed up mud and sediment. As the glaciers started receding and melting, that water runoff went underground and started carving passageways. As they carved that passageways, they made wider and wider and wider, and eventually mineral that was left in the rock above started seeping through and leaching into these open passageways. As the water was leaching through, it started leaving stains on the walls from the mineral deposits, and those stains are what gives us all of our color, and then the white crystal formations grow outside of these other colored stains. The cavern itself is about 1.5 miles in length total of open passageways that are accessible to the public. They're just under 3 miles of it. The deepest point in the entire system is about 103 feet below the surface. The largest room in the cavern is just over a ½ acre in width. Quite extensive and large, but it's more wide than it is tall or anything. The Crystal King is the largest stalactite in the entire state of Ohio. It is about 4 feet 10.5 inches long, 400 pounds, and at our current growth rate, we estimate it to be about 200,000 years old. Ohio Caverns is open year-round. It is never a bad time to come visit the cavern. In the summertime, we offer 2 different cavern tours, the historic and the natural wonder. They each take about 45 minutes to 1 hour to complete. In the wintertime, we offer just one tour, it's known as the winter tour. It also takes about an hour and is led by informed tour guides as well. The weather outside never affects the cavern environment. It is always 54 degrees underground. We do them rain or shine. If it's raining, it does drip a little bit more in the cavern, but it's nothing that's ever too detrimental. There's no flooding or anything that ever goes on underground in our cavern. Depending on the time of the year you come, you can also see different areas that are available and some that are not. So really, it works out anytime you want to come out to the cavern. We are here and ready to take you through. Other than the cavern on site, we have a gem mining sluice. People can purchase things in their large gift shop. They bring it out and sift out the sand and dirt, and they pan out the rocks, take them home. We sit on a large 35-acre facility with 2 picnic pavilions, large picnic areas, also playgrounds and all that. So there's a lot to do when you're not just in the cavern. There's a lot to do up on the surface. So it is preserved very well, just as it was in the 1920s, but you really don't notice much of a difference as you would at that point either. It is a very, very well preserved and very intact cavern. We find the preservation and conservation of the cavern to be our utmost priority. We are all about keeping everything intact and beautiful for future generations to come back and enjoy. So with every tour that comes through, we emphasize very strongly that they cannot touch or damage anything in the cavern, and we do that just to ensure that everything stays the same and looks great. One of the big steps that we're taking to help conserve and preserve everything that we have, we actually just installed solar panels on the surface here, and we are totally solar powered 100%. Our entire facility above and below ground is all solar powered. What we hope that our guests take away when they leave the cavern is that we want everyone to be involved in the preservation and conservation of nature, any and all aspects of nature, above ground or below ground. Ohio Caverns is still owned and maintained by the same family that purchased it and developed it in the 1920s. Our goal is to keep it maintained and just kind of keep it as it is, to keep it protected and rolling as the years come by. The best part of coming to Ohio Caverns, in my opinion, is just coming and seeing the smiling faces of everybody that comes to visit. When people come to visit, they're in a good mood, they're happy to be here, and we love that.